Okay, now we're going to do the dreaded V-tool. This is a fairly large V-tool. It's a little easier to show you what's going on. And right now this V-tool has a couple of chips out of it that are really, really bad. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to square it off. So we're going to take our porta strop, lay it on its side. We're going to remove our contoured wheel. Then we're going to turn it on, and I'm going to take this point blank, straight up and down. I want to square all this off. It's got some big chips missing in it. I'm going to look at it, and I want to be able to see all the way across. I can't see it yet, so. Okay, a little bit more. And all we're doing is grinding the chips out of it. Trying to get a clean surface to start with. Now we've got it. Now if we look at this, we've got it's nice and flat. There's no chips or nothing in it. Okay, now we're ready to start sharpening this V-tool. You don't always have to do what I just did. If you don't have chips in it, don't do that. But when you got big chips, it's easier if you go ahead and flatten it off and prepare it to be sharpened. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to do just like before. We're going to take a felt pen. We're going to black out our bevel. We're going to raise our tool rest. We're going to lay our tool against the shoulder again, and we're going to get our angle. Now, to get our angle, we've got it against the tool rest. We're holding it down on the grinding surface. We're going to turn this by hand. We're going to take a look at it. We're real heavy on the cutting edge, so that means we're too high. We've got to lower this. So we're going to put our hand back here so we can tell how much we lowered it. Lay it back on. Turn the wheel by hand. Still not low enough. We're going to go a little lower. Again, we're going to grab it over here. I'm going to lower it. And I'm lowering about a 1/16 of an inch at a time here. I'm kind of sneaking up on this. Okay. I'm going to black it out again. I'll lay it on here. Again, perfectly flat. Okay, we're back in the middle. That's where I want to be. Now I'm going to lay on the other side. Check it. We're in the same place, so we're in good shape. So now what we're going to do, we're going to turn our porta strop on. And because we're sharpening the V-tool, we're going to slow it down a little bit. This will help you get a little better control. Now all we're going to do is lay it against the shoulder. Hold on here perfectly flat. Need a little bit more speed. Pretty good size tool. Perfectly flat. Now we want to look at it while we're starting to see how you're holding it. I'm holding a little too heavy in the center, so I have to roll the fluke down a little bit. I need to get all the way out. So I want to make sure that's happening. So now, remember before I said you could lay your hand on it and not hurt it? So don't be afraid to get your hands up here to help you hold this. Now if you watch your cutting edge, you can see the burr starting to form. You can see it coming all the way across. All we're doing is holding this thing perfectly flat. As soon as you see that burr, you've got it. Okay. Now as you can see, we got one angle. No, we're not. We got to take a little bit more off the tip here, but we want one angle from top to bottom. Okay, not quite, almost. Perfectly flat. now we have one angle from top to bottom. That's what we're after. And we've got our burr. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Now we're not going to worry about the bottom yet. We're not going to worry about that just yet. We want to get our V-tool squared off. We want both this fluke and this fluke to line up. We don't care what's going on in the middle just yet. So now we're going to do the other side. So same place up against it. Lay it down, get it where you can see it. Again, take a look. We're going real nice on this one. This is the easy side, actually. Starting to form the burr, if you can see it. Now, we have a burr on both sides. And I know you can't see it in the video, but the very center is a little bit longer than the two flukes. The bottom comes out a little bit. So how we're going to take care of that is we're going to raise this up about 1/16 of an inch, your tool rest. And what that's going to do, that's going to let me concentrate just on the very tip. Okay? So I'm going to put it on here. Now I'm going to work on the tip. I'm going to roll it across. Now you want to be careful and go easy on this, because this is where you can mess your whole V-tool up with all the work that you've already done. Okay, it needs to go, and these two flukes need to line up. This one here is still a little higher than this one. So I need to put this back where it was, and I need to work on this fluke a little bit more. A little bit more. As you can see, I'm just holding it flat and controlling the tool. Okay, now we got them both the same length. Now I need to go back, raise this up about 1/16 of an inch, and get rid of that fluke in the middle. Okay. Again, all the way against the stop. I'm going to roll it. Okay. We're there. We got a nice burr all the way around. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something that most people don't do to a V-tool. I'm going to remove the heel of this. I'm going to remove this section right here. And the reason I'm going to remove that is if I don't, this V-tool just wants to go straight. If I remove this, it'll relieve it and let me turn a corner with it. And in order to remove this, I need to lower my tool rest, not quite a 1/4 inch, but thereabouts. And this is going to keep me off the tip. And just let me remove this back here. I'm just going to go flat down to show you. But again, all the way against the stop, flat down. Now, see where I only ground back on the heel? It's not out the point. So what I'm going to do now is I can actually just take this straight down until I get, maybe 1/16 of an inch from my tip. I don't want to go all the way to it. I want to come up short. So just straight down. All I'm trying to do is remove that excess metal. See, I'm still a little over 1/8 of an inch away from the tip, but you can see where I'm only working in that one spot. Here, I'm going to black it out again so you can see what's going on. Okay. Again, all the way against the tool rest. Okay, now you can see where I've been grinding it. Okay, now what we're going to do we're going to roll this and blend it all together. So now we're going to take this, we're going to roll it, controlling our tool. And now we should have a nice blend from side to side. Now we're ready to strop this. Okay, now to strop it, we're going to get our contoured wheel, put our contoured wheel back on, set it upright. Now we're going to lay the V-tool in here, and we're going to just move it a little bit side to side, not up, not down, just we're going to try and get over and polish these flukes off. So, here we go. Again, I want to speed it up. Take a look at it. As you can see, we're coming right in. We're not quite there yet. Now, I'm not polishing enough up on the edge. I'm polishing too back on the heels, which means I'm not up high enough. So, I got to lean it up a little bit. Okay, now we're starting to polish on the flukes. I got to go a little bit more yet. Not quite high enough yet. And the reason being I have to get up so high because this is actually a curved V-tool, so I got to get up a little bit higher than it. I'm not as high as it looks like, but I'm higher than you would normally be. So, okay, I'm going to switch over here. I'm going to stay flat on it because I want to get up on that edge. Okay, now I'm going to do this one. Now do the bottom, I'm going to go over here. I don't want to be doing a rounded tool in here because it'll put a groove in this. So when I do hone my knife or whatever, it won't have a hone all the way across. So now that we've got this thing all polished up, we got rid of our burr. Now what I'll do is I'll come in here and by hand, I won't use power, but I'll pull this by hand to get rid of my burr on the inside. Okay? Now we should be ready to give this a whirl. Again, this is directly across the grain. This is directly across the grain. Now, as you remember, we ground this off square because we had a big chip missing out of it. But you can see how easy a V-tool really is to sharpen once you understand it. And like this one had the tip that came out. We lowered it to get rid of the tip. Well, the same thing happens. If your V-tool rolls in on the bottom, you have to raise your tool rest to do the flukes. But this is how you sharpen a V-tool.